little slow right now. It's a little slow right now. We got cold weather, but we're trying to we get our Magnolia location back up and rolling again. We had to come bring it down for a few days, but
did you? Okay.
Yeah, but we're getting our Tomball location that's going to be moving to spring. We just got all the approvals there. Construction starts on that February 1st, and we should be moving into that location March 1st.
March
So
1st.
brand new showroom, right about 6,000 square foot showroom. So
awesome. How much do you have now?
So we're in a 7,500 square foot facility, and our showroom's right about 2,500 square feet.
Yeah, so your expansion, that's a good expansion for you.
Yeah, so our full building will actually be right about 15,000 square feet, but currently right now, 75. So
I don't like that light in the middle of my forehead. I'm going to turn the light off. Hang on. Still, well, it's not like it was. Then I'm a little bit darker. I hope you don't mind.
No
problem.
So you guys are getting a new building too, right, Shannon, Isaac?
Yes, April 1st.
April 1st. That's awesome.
Yes.
How what's your building like in showroom and?
Well, we're moving from I think the building we're in now is 6,500 square foot. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. We're moving to an 11,000 square foot building.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Scott will be here momentarily. He says Dan and Atreus is like head of the like sales for the franchises and master franchises. And so I don't think he said he might not be able to make it, but Dan is the one I want you guys to talk to. So
okay.
We're excited. The Houston area for the master franchise could be really, really lucrative for you, Ashton. So I'm excited.
Definitely can for sure.
Yeah. So you have
not moving to Florida, they're moving to Houston. So
yeah. The weather's about the same, isn't it?
I think it get colder.
Yeah, it's like 55 to 50 degrees right now, 55 degrees.
It's probably not like that in Naples.
Well, it's in the low 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
This morning it was 48.
Oh yeah, this morning it was like right about 45 degrees this morning. It was rough.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
No, not me.
This morning, low 20s.
Oh,
no. Where are you at?
I'm in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be less than a year, and I'll be down where you guys are, somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Well, don't forget we have the moving company, so you can call
I
us
forget. Yes, okay. Yes, I won't forget. Oh, Scott's entered the waiting room. There we go.
Give me just 1 second. I need to take this. I'll be ready.
Okay. All right. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Jeff.
I've got Isaac, Shannon's husband, and Ashton here, waiting on Dan still. See how Scott is dressed. See how Scott is dressed. They're worried that it's 50-something degrees in 60 in Florida and Houston. So, Dan is here. Dan is on his way in. I didn't set it up to where you could be in automatically. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Jeff.
How are you?
Amazing. How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
Good. How are you?
I have Isaac over there on Shannon's iPhone, and Shannon will be right back. And they are in Naples, Florida.
Oh, love that.
Yes, and Ashton is in Tomball, Texas, in the Houston area.
Let her know that I'm on the phone, and then tell her Jacob too.
Beautiful.
And I think they are both great candidates to be leaders in the master franchise aspect of what we're doing. So wanted to have you kind of just give a brief overview of what the master franchise entails and what, introduce yourself and all of that. But I'd like to have Shannon hear you. So is she coming back soon, Isaac?
Yes, sir. She had a client just walked into the office, so she went to assist with him. So she
Okay.
will be back momentarily.
All right. Well, Dan, if you want to just kind of take the floor and then maybe do an introduction as soon as you see Shannon come back.
Hey, Kim was just texting me, asking me if I was on there, and I'm on.
You are on.
So I'll let her know I'm on, and we can start with that.
And
Yeah.
I'm not used to letting people in the room. So if somebody's trying to get in, poke me or
Yeah,
something.
she
And
may be
let me know.
trying, and Atreus as well, maybe trying to get in.
Well, here's Shannon now.
Oh, awesome.
Shannon, no.
Hi,
Hello.
Shannon.
Hey, how are you?
How are you guys doing?
We can't complain. Nobody
Well, I
wants.
can see why. You're in great. You guys are in great areas.
Absolutely.
We're getting snow here in Utah,
Oh, wow.
but we need it. We need it.
I have snow on the ground still from
Yeah.
4 days ago. So
All right. So let me, if I may, I'll just jump into this, cut to the chase here. Let me be as direct as I can. So I've spent 31 years in the franchise world, and I helped develop a lot of different. Oh, okay, Kim's going to come back
okay.
here, I guess. So I spent 31 years in the franchise world. Helped numerous companies to grow and become the national brand names like Fantastic Sam's Hair Salons back in 2000 became with 1,300 units was the largest hair salon chain in the world. It no longer is. Great Clips is. But I also helped Health Source Chiropractic become the fastest growing new franchise company in the United States for 2 years in a row. That's documented in the magazines. And then I also helped Massage Envy go from 4 locations to 600 in about 5 years. Now they're $1 billion company, over 1,000 locations. Orange Theory Fitness took my master franchise program, took it over there. Now they're 1,100, 1,200 locations. I can name them off. There's a lot of those types of things. So what our company does is, and then I've actually owned several different. Kim's coming in. So she's going to join us here. So there's Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hi, guys.
So what I've been able to do is take this program and a master franchise program and apply it. And it's really been our secret to success. And I call it the best kept secret in business today. In fact, I have the website. So the bestkeptsecretbusiness.com. So you can check out, and that'll give you a little more information about how master franchising works. But actually, we are in the process now of opening a master franchise for Iron Bull carts in the St. George, Las Vegas area. And I just was in contact yesterday with one of the top franchise guys in St. George, and he has the guy lined up for us for a really strong dealership there that would like to be one of our franchisees. So it's exciting to be what we have. We have one of the carts. We've used it. We're grateful. We're excited about them. And this is one of those rare franchises that it's different. It's fun. It's sexy. It's very appealing, and it helps people get around and have a good time. So we're very, very excited about this one and growing it. But with our background in growing franchises to the next level, the secret that we've had is the master franchise program. And what that means is you would become a partner with the franchisor, with Iron Bull Carts in this example, and you would own a particular piece of real estate, whether it's let's just take the South Florida one. It would include Naples, Fort Myers, all the way up through Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete, and that would be one master franchise. And that's probably one of the primest territories in the country. And typically those master franchises will go between $2 to $250,000 to own the territory. But what we're doing is an introductory program where we're carefully selecting people from the list that we have and what Jeff and Scott have, and being able to become partners, joint venture partners now at a much reduced cost to secure the territory as we become a franchise company and move this forward. Now, we've already become their partners with the Las Vegas area, and we're going to continue to maybe look at one other area ourselves. So here's the reason why master franchising is different and it succeeds big time. There's four main reasons, four main income sources. And I'll use the example I had with Massage Envy. I owned the master franchise for Philadelphia and Cleveland and Michigan for Massage Envy years ago. And my partner and I, we built those up and sold them off. But the way that we did it is, number one income source is to help bring in new franchisees, other dealerships, if you will, other people who want to represent this brand of Iron Bull and will put some inventory on their lot and help sell it. So in Massage Envy, it's a little bit different because we were located in a brick and mortar type place. So the franchise fee was $40,000, and we got paid half of that franchise fee every time we sold a franchise. I sold 20 of them in the first 18 months. So if we got half of that, so that means we made $20,000 each times 20 units. That's $400,000 return. It came back fairly quickly. And we teach everyone how to do those same methods that we used. The number two is the main reason why we get involved with master franchises is to receive a portion of the royalty. So in my example with Massage Envy for Philadelphia, where we had 20 of them up and running, they were averaging $1 million or more per year in sales. We got a percentage of the sales, in other words, our own royalty, 2%. So 2% of $1 million is 20,000. So 20,000 times 20 units, obviously that's a $400,000 piece of residual income. That was income source number two. Income source number three was a wholesale distribution income, was lotions and oils and candles and things like that, that we sold wholesale out of those clinics. In the case of Iron Bull carts, it would be things like we could put extra cup holders, or we could put an extra cooler, or we could put an extra whatever it is. Those would be extra things that could be sold wholesale, and we can get some wholesale distribution income off of those extra items in each franchise. That's income source number three. Number four is we can actually open our own as a master franchise. Why wouldn't we want to put some carts on our lot or in a location and start selling those too and generating that income? So that's income source. And that's just what we did with Massage Envy. We opened a clinic, had a manager run it for us, and we generated great income off of that. So those are the four income sources. And there's others, but those are the main ones. Now, the other thing is, as a master franchisee, what you become is more like a business consultant or a coach. So you're helping, all the training's done by corporate office, and you're helping then to coach these guys and gals onto success in their area. And we have a format for that. It's not a hard thing to do, but it's an enjoyable thing to do. Then what you're also doing is you're building an asset. So I'll give you a quick example. I sold a guy a master franchise for the state of Arizona a while ago. It was $250,000. Bought the whole state. We helped him build it up. 2.5 years later, he sold it for $2.6 million. The exit strategy on these are phenomenal. I was just texting a while ago, a friend of mine, I sold the Massage Envy master franchise to in Chicago. She built it up with her partners, and she told me by text she just exited out for $9 million. So that's the power of what we have with the master franchise. And that's basically how the program works. And as I mentioned, bestkeptsecretbusiness.com is where you can get a little more information about how it works. But what we're grateful for is having been teamed up with Scott and Jeff and the men of integrity that they are. And they built something very special that no one else has done. So we're grateful to be franchisees, or soon to be franchisees with them and partner up with them in these areas. So what we're doing is we are now putting together the lists of those who would like to reserve territories. And then we'll work with you one-on-one and help you figure out what is the best investment strategy to secure that territory and to partner up with Iron Bull Carts so that as we move forward with the franchise, you've got that sitting there. It'll be at a fraction of what the normal investment would be once we have the franchise ready to offer, which is about 2 months down the road. Actually, you do have the franchise ready to offer. We just don't have the master franchise ready to offer. So we still need to have, we're putting together those documents, but we have the faith to move forward that we've secured that territory for ourselves and become partners. So we can show you exactly what we did, but there will be a little bit of investment to secure that territory. But what that is going to be pretty much one-on-one and what you think is best for you in your territory. So my partner here, Kim Hicks, she was gone the day that we drove her the carts around, but she's a big believer in what we're doing here as well. We need to get her out on the cart, but I just wanted her to say hello to you.
Hi, it's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, Kim.
Any thoughts about master franchise?
I think master franchise is one of the best things to do. I'm looking to, outside of the business, secure one of these myself, maybe in Dallas or somewhere. I love this concept. It's one of my favorites. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Kim. So at this point, I'm open to other questions that you might have.
Yeah. Ashton, Shannon, Isaac.
Do you have any questions?
None at this moment. Well, what would
The introductory.
right? I would just really want to know what would the benefit be in regards to opting into the master franchise as opposed to just being a dealer.
Go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I was going to have Scott. Scott would probably be the best one to answer that.
Well, Dan really would be, but the biggest thing, Shannon, let's say, and I don't have the territory pulled up, but I think we are estimating 10 or 20 units underneath you. Every time a unit underneath you would buy in, you get part of the upfront fee, and then on the royalties on any of the sales. So you're making money every time that they sell a cart. And so
I think you misunderstood. The question was, what would be the benefit of doing the franchise as opposed to just being a dealer? That's probably a good question for Ashton too.
I mean, I could see it as the royalty and stuff like that from other dealerships selling them, not just myself selling them. So as selling it out of my dealership, I'm one person, but if I have 10 other dealerships in my territory, the royalty from the 10 other dealerships outweighs just myself or my own dealership selling them. And I think that's the difference between the master franchise and being a franchise by myself.
I mean, as good as you are in sales, if you got 10 or 20 salespeople out there, they're always going to outperform one person. I mean, that's just the law of large numbers,
Yep.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Isaac.
Okay, so my question would be, as a master franchise, the gentleman spoke earlier, say we would have from Collier County up to Pinellas County, which is Naples to the St. Pete area.
Correct.
So as the master franchisor, we would have franchises underneath us in each particular county if we so choose, or maybe 2 per county. Is that how it would work?
That's exactly right. And you get to choose that because you become the partner and you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to oversaturate it, but you carefully select those territories so they're protected within your territory. So you might have a 10-mile radius on one, but another one that's such a big populated area might only be a 6-mile radius.
Yep.
So, but we'll help you with all that. We'll train you with all that.
And one thing I wanted to throw in is the royalty is 7%. And the master franchise gets 3%.
Correct.
So if a one of your franchises does $10 million, you've made 30 grand.
300.
If I did the math right, 300 grand.
300,000.
You've made 300,000 out of one franchise.
300.
then that would be a royalty from one of your franchises. And if you've got 10 that do that, and I think 10 million a year is not an unrealistic number
Mhm.
to be able to hit. So your initial master franchise fee at this point, and they will be going up, it is a great time to get in.
The other interest, go ahead.
Oh, so what is I mean, how does the inventory flow to these franchises? Do they just flow through y'all still, or they got to flow through us?
If I may, Scott, and I know
Yeah,
you
go
have your great thought on this, but what I would suggest as a master franchise, you'd probably eventually want to get just a small little warehouse where you could house a few units there. The franchisees will be responsible for their own inventory, but you'd want to have a little bit of overflow there because you'll quickly sell them when they run out and oh, hey man, I just sold all these. Can you help me out here? Because if the turnaround time is a little bit longer, that way you can keep the sales flowing if you had a little bit of inventory.
Yeah, we're on the same page, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we're
But-
planning on doing anyway in
Yeah.
Vegas.
But until it evolves, we would have probably either here in Wisconsin or distribution points throughout the U.S. where the actual assembly is done.
Yep.
So,
Correct.
Yeah, we've got plenty of room right now.
Yeah, you've
And
got
then
a
as
big
far
warehouse.
As,
Go
as
ahead.
far as we go as master franchises, if we do, I know I do a lot of floor plan with things. Is that going to be on our responsibility to make sure that these dealerships we select are eligible for that, or is that going to kind of flow through the corporate office kind of thing?
Well,
That's more of a, go ahead, Dan.
it's a combination. So what we would
Okay.
have you have to first look at the floor plan, make sure you feel good about it because it's your territory, you're the partner,
Yep.
and then send it to corporate for their final approval.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's kind of just we'll sit down and get everything kind of, I guess, ready, and then we submit it for approval after that.
Correct.
Gotcha. Works.
So what I'd like to do at this point, if you're ready, if this is something that's of interest to you, what I'd like to sit down and just do kind of a one-on-one individualized plan on what this would look like. And what I can do is I can pull it up on this computer and go through an actual 5-year business plan with you, exactly what we both feel comfortable the investment would be, and then we can figure out from there if it's for you or not. But I'd like to do that individually with each group, if that's okay.
Sure.
yeah, and Shannon, Isaac, did we answer that first question you had about why doing a franchise versus just a dealer?
Yes.
And
Yes.
one thing I want to throw out real quick, the power of the franchise on the exit strategy. We're all at different stages of life, but at some point you may want to sell or retire. And what I've noticed just talking to Kim and Dan is individuals that have built up a master franchise within a large, well-known brand name like a Massage Envy versus having your own dealership. Can you get Dan or Kim? Can you give some numbers of what you guys have seen? Because I've picked up on that pretty quick.
The numbers on what a master franchise would look like.
Yeah, like if
Yes,
you
the
exited out
exit
of a
strategy.
master, like say you sold a master franchise 10 years down the road from Massage Envy versus, Scott's Massage Place.
Yeah. So you as a typical business, you're going to look at 2.5 to 3 times multiple on the EBITDA or the cash flow. And that's what you would get. With a master franchise, it's 4 to 9 times. Sometimes I've seen as high as 10. So the guy in Phoenix, Arizona, I was referring to, was doing 275,000 cash flow after 2.5 years in his master franchise, sold it for 2.6 million. That gives you an indication.
10x.
Yeah.
That's,
Yep.
I had another one in Sacramento. He invested 185,000 for the area of Sacramento, built it up 3 years, sold it for 3.5 million later. So you've got some really good legacy building opportunities with this. And that's what I'd like to do is take you through one-on-one. We just wanted to get acquainted today, give you the general overview. And then, and if we can just get one-on-one, and then we can look at a specific territory and specifics for you individually, what it would look like up front to hold the territory and what it would look like in the future as we roll it out together.
Sure.
Yeah,
Because
and so you guys can
here's the-
communicate directly with me about, setting up that schedule.
Let-
Go ahead,
Let's set
Dan.
it up and we'll be very responsive, Jeff, to get that done. Jeff, because that's important. And what I can do, the earliest, what I could do would be just to give you my schedule. Earliest would be tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time, or I can do
You can't do, oh,
1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow.
yeah, you can, sorry.
And then Monday, it looks like it's going to be earliest about 4:30 Mountain Time. Probably.
So
So
6:30 Eastern.
anyway, 6:30 Eastern. So this is really important for you to understand that, to see if it's even a viable thing. But here's I might have Kim kick me under the table, or Scott. I'll probably feel here's Jeff's kick all the way from Wisconsin when I say this next thing. And so the investment is really, it's important to grab the territory and secure that. So there'll need to be an investment in that. But it's more important, I think, to get some orders in and you could do it together. We could do it together. We can join together, put some orders in to start getting the orders in for the carts to come in there. It's more important, I think, to get the inventory but we still want to secure the territory. So there's an investment in both, but we would rather have the investment in the territory be lower. So there's a chance to do a little bit more in inventory of the carts. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot. Did I say that okay, Scott, Jeff?
No,
How
I
would
think
you-
you're right. I mean, our goal is to continue to get the world's most badass carts out there and continue to improve on them. Every time we get them out there, we love the feedback we're getting. People love the carts. We just want to make the best cart on the planet.
And what you're saying there, Dan, is especially important at this time of year because the Chinese New Year is coming up next month, and they just shut down for like 3 weeks. So
basically a month.
and Shannon and Isaac just experienced a longer than normal period of time for their order, so they can appreciate what you're saying, because it is important to get that order in just as soon as possible.
Yeah, because we all know we want to keep those carts flowing, because you sell them, you want another one. You want to keep them coming.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd be happy to get more specific with you and show you exactly what this means, if that's okay.
Sure. Monday would most likely be the best opportunity for us.
Okay.
6:30 time slot.
Sure. Yes. That'll
Okay.
be fine.
Would you want to get together tomorrow then, Ashton?
Yep, that works for me.
Okay. And
Okay, so Ashton,
6:30 is 4:30 here, right? No.
yes.
Yeah, that's
So-
right.
Ashton is Central Time, so you said
Okay, so
what?
that one is at 1 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow.
So noon for
Noon.
us, Ashton.
Okay.
Okay, so 11 noon Central time.
Yep.
Okay. I will be ready.
All right, that sounds good.
That's
Any
it.
other questions before we hop off here, guys?
And then Monday at what time?
Monday at 6:30 Eastern.
4:30 Mountain Time.
Okay, perfect. And that one's with Shannon and Isaac. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Jeff, are you sending out the Zoom for those?
Yeah, I'll do that. Probably this
Okay.
same link, but yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
Thank you.
I've got it in my schedule, so it's there. It's solid. Excited.
Okay. Yes, very
All right.
excited.
So are we.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Ashton and Shannon, Isaac. It's nice to meet you guys. We've actually
Thank you
meet
so
you
met.
much.
Nice
We
to
actually
see you
met
too.
Thank you all.
Ashton.
Yeah, I know. Good seeing you again,
Best of
Ashton.
luck.
I remember.
All right, thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.